Hello, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We're 20 Sides to Every Story, and we are going to be playing through. This is going to be our third session of Castle. Who knows how to pronounce it? I'm pronouncing it Castle Xyntillan, but you pronounce it however you want, or correct me. That's cool. We're going to be playing this using the old school essentials rules, and this is basically an extension of our Dolmenwood campaign that we've been playing here on the channel. And we've sort of opened this up now so that we are getting some other players into the mix other than our original 5 or 6 that we had. And so kind of going around the overlay here, we'll introduce some of them. I'm going to be the GM for the session. I'm Alex, and I'm joined here by Scott, who is playing Beelay the Goat Folk, Adrian playing Henrick the Knight, Issac playing Friar Fitzpatrick. And I can see I've got some things to change here on my overlay. This was hastily done just a few minutes ago. But Dawson playing Toppsy the Grimalkin, Moreen playing Lillibeth the Hunter, and that's not Percy over there. That's Winston playing Silver the Elf. So, you know what? I'm just going to erase.
I wish I was
these.
Percy.
Yeah. We wish
Percy's got the best voice.
He's also playing an elf, so you're not alone in the world anymore.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I got to get in a game with Percy now.
Definitely.
He's got an interesting rumor about the castle that he might talk to you about.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is the crew, and we're going to be playing Castle Xyntillan. If you're watching and you're wanting to play in a game with us, you could do that by jumping into our Discord server. We're playing this game, this is open table kind of thing that we are doing on the first Saturday of each month at 8 p.m. Central. So if that sounds like something that would fit into your schedule, just pop into our Discord server and look for the invites. Usually around the middle of the month, I try to pop that out for everybody. Given it's an old school essentials game, it's a little bit more conducive to having more players, so I could probably have up to, I don't know, probably 8 people, and that would be okay. So we got room. We got room for lots of people to come in. Basic conceit of this is that you would roll up a level 1 OSE character, and your role in the group is you're a hireling of the original characters, but you'll get some rumors and have plenty of room to flesh out and have your own story be a part of this. So you can jump in and do that. If you really like what we're doing, you can go and check out our Patreon page. That is a good place if you want to find audio podcast versions. We're really blessed. We got Lyra helping us out with editing a lot of these games into an audio format. And so you can find those there. For people that support at the $3 level, you'll get to listen to all the backlog of all of the Dolmenwood podcast. We've got a few of these Castle Xyntillan episodes up on there. We've also got our Forbidden Lands is being converted into that format as well, so you can check that out there. We also give our patrons the heads up early access to sign up for the games, so a couple of perks there. So anyway, we're going to get right into our game here tonight. I believe we are still in the autumn months in the world of Dolmenwood. Some colder, crisper days, and you all are waking up. You've been staying at small community on the northern side of Lake Longmere called Fort Vulgar. Little outpost that is under the banner of Brackenwold, and you have been staying at a inn called Chooksnob. It's an old wooden warehouse building with a tarred roof that has been converted into a makeshift tavern and inn, and this is where you have been staying. There's been only 2 excursions out to the castle, which is about a day's travel away. And so this has been sort of your place of respite. In the previous session, we learned that a lot of the boats, the dock workers and the sailors are all kind of landed here because there was some strange sounds heard out on Lake Longmere, and there's a belief that this the sea monster of mythical status in the town is awake, something that hasn't happened in some time. Some of the characters might know something about that, but there has been some concern that it maybe is not safe to sail, and so a lot of the dock workers are kind of restless, and they've been here in Chooks Knob grousing about lost wages and opportunity cost and things like that. Other than that, there's been maybe a few places in the town that you have explored, such as Friar Fitzpatrick has made acquaintance with Father Edgar Drabe from the chapel in town. Probably at some point in the past day or so, Friar, since you've gotten back to town, he probably with some some annoyance came to you and said thank you so much for directing so many people to the church. We definitely got a lot of mouths feed and such, and he would express to you that he hopes that you have good fortune out at the castle, because he was really hoping to have used that money. He was happy to use the money however the god of the one true god directs him, but he was really hoping to maybe do some deferred maintenance on the old rundown church.
Yes. Maintenance
kind of
on people is always more important. I'm sure you agree. Yes.
Other places of note in the town, we haven't seen Thomas in a little bit, but he's probably been at the cat house. There is a brothel in town that services the dock workers, and certainly the small group of soldiers that man the fort here and such. There's a store. There's one cidery in town. It's a pretty rustic location. So there isn't like a ton of. It's not like a big city. It's not like your experiences in High Hinkle or anything like that. But I guess as we open up and your characters are gathering their things and maybe getting ready to head back out into the castle, is there anything that needs to be accomplished, or things your characters would need to check in on before we go?
You're telling me there's a place in Xyntillan called the Cat House and I'm not there? How come no one told me of this?
Not a house of cats.
Oh, don't be silly. It's in the name. It's literally the Cat House.
Not those kind of cats.
I'm not one to butt into your business, but don't go.
Well, I don't know. You could go. There's probably plenty of rats.
Rats at the Cat House. That's like the best kind. Because they take good care of them. They're big, nice and plump and, just already munched on. It's great.
Toppsy, I think you should go and use that exact line when you walk in the door.
All right, I'll go in and say, I'm ready to munch on some rats.
Don't
Nice
include
plump
this in the
rats.
podcast, Alex.
Is that how I go say it?
Cut this whole section out.
Yeah.
This is what people want.
We want to be, but I would like to find a rat or a rodent of some kind at some point. There's probably some out in the woods.
There were plenty out there too.
But we do it's a long hike all the way there. The cat can wait.
And you don't like them when I bring them back dead.
No, I like it when they're alive, primarily.
Yes, and they're really hard to catch.
Oh, it's fine. Sometimes you just gotta stick them right on the tail, and you'll see them squirm a little bit as they're stuck, and then you just grab it, and then you just go. Easy as that. Have you ever had the privilege of having a nice succulent rat?
I think
it's magical.
I think I can say yes to that. but it was not alive. It was a little bit more cooked when I had it.
Does it really, though? Does it really need to be cooked? I mean, I've had my fair share of cooked rats, but it's not the same.
You know, if you come hunting with me, then if you catch a really plump, juicy rat, I'll do my very best to try and enjoy it the way that you'd like me to. Can't be
You'll
better
see.
than that.
Once you have it, you can never go back.
It's moments like this when I'm glad I actually cannot die of hunger.
Oh, don't worry, young man. I can't either. It makes me cranky if I don't eat.
I had a non-rat related question for the GM.
Yes.
So it's been a month since Winston the human has played, actually over a month. But my character is at 3 hit points. So I'm wondering, have we had a chance to rest?
Yeah, you
in
guys
town?
are all rested and things like that. I guess just a review of where we're at. You still have Kezi with you. You had some hirelings in the last session, but I feel like at least one of them maybe didn't have a great outcome.
And then we drug the other ones back.
Yeah.
I think Kezi might have been one of them that we pulled on back.
Did she got hit by the sleep? Yeah, so we're gonna say that Kezi is still with you. One of them is currently fertilizer, I think, maybe. Does that sound right?
Yeah, they were going to bury somebody.
Yeah. And then the others, I'm gonna say that the others have since disbanded and have no interest in returning back to the castle. They did get like you guys did have a little bit of a payday, so I'm gonna say that whatever they got from that, they were just like satisfied with and are not going out adventuring anymore. But we still have Kezi as a hireling.
What were their cool names? They were related names, like.
I don't remember. I was trying to find my notebook that I had this stuff written down in, and I just didn't grab it.
Would we be able to hire more?
Potentially, you could make an appeal to anybody here. In the tavern, if you wanted.
Yeah, I think a trip to the tavern would be a good idea.
Okay.
Sure,
so
let's take a look. I'll tell my brother. I'll have talked to my brother, and he'll tell me what an adventure we need, what kind of adventures we need. So I'd relay that to the rest of the party and say maybe we could get a few more helping hands.
it's probably more who is actually here. You probably don't have a lot of choice. There's not a lot of people out here that are adventuring types. Not the barkeep, but go ahead and we're gonna have to.
Should be some sailors not able to go out on the water, as I recall.
That's probably what we're looking at.
Yeah, roughnecks.
Beelay is great at rousing up people. Maybe you can rouse him up to help us out.
Remind them of the class struggle is eternal, and the conflicts in society must be done by revolution, which must be armed, and you got to have money to buy arms.
Okay, so
Your brother.
Beelay is
simple.
going to be the one that's going to attempt this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Roll a d20 and try to hit under your charisma score.
Okay. Let's see. What didn't work? Did it show?
It's
No.
flip the backslash in the R.
Remember,
It's /R.
Sorry, I mistyped. You said below, unfortunately, didn't you?
Yes. So, unfortunately, there just isn't anybody that seems interested in your appeal.
You need to fight the class struggle here, my brothers.
Well, If you ask me, do you know where I would go look for someone who could possibly use some work in coin?
The cat house?
Cat house.
It's like you could read my mind or something. That's exactly where I was thinking. Oh boy, I can't wait to get like another Grimalkin in the group. It's gonna be such a great change of pace. This is gonna be wonderful.
Henrick. Which is it?
Henrick.
Henrick, you seem like you might be familiar with the cat house. Why don't you take our Toppsy friend and introduce him?
Sure. Just point it out to me. I haven't been here too long, so I don't know.
Of course.
Your wife's not here. You can be honest.
Just slap him on the back and like point it at what I'm imagining is a ramshackle, a little hut or something.
No, actually, it is probably one of the finer buildings in town. Very fine establishment. In fact, you've probably heard that Madame Polidori, who owns the cat house, is a retired opera singer and someone that is among the higher class. So probably someone more like a Madame Shantywood figure.
Yeah, so I pointed at Shaq and then I just moved my finger over and like, oh no, actually over there. A really nice establishment. Plenty of Grimalkin, I'm sure.
All right. So Henrick and Toppsy are going to go and get in some trouble at the cat house.
Trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to
Or
entertain.
I'm gonna summarize stuff because I'm not gonna do a whole urban. People want to. This is, we're gonna get to the dungeon at some point. So, the intent at the cat house, it is what you expect. You'd be, greeted. There would be some of the girls would be brought out for you to choose and such. Like that. That is what this establishment is, and so the rate is going to be. Do I have one here? 8 silver pieces.
See, Topsy, there are no cats here. It's not literal.
The front door. What are we talking about? These probably are just the greeters.
Okay, let's enter.
Don't you worry. I'll cover it. I know we have to pay to get in. Luxury class.
All right. So 16 silver pieces. And then Henrick, why don't you roll me a d6 and then a d12.
Are these reaction rolls?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And then-
12.
What did you have?
3 for the d6,
Okay.
12 for the 12.
Okay. While you are engaged
Indisposed?
at you're indisposed, you end up on the topic of where you're going and things like that. And the individual that you were with shares with you that she has heard that there are multiple libraries and laboratories at the castle. There was a magic user some years ago that she was with that had shared that he had actually seen all sorts of books. He took what he could, and he was bragging quite a bit about how worthy they were going to be to the institute.
And what's this? Do you remember his name?
She says that his name eludes her at this point, but she hopes that if such fortune is bestowed upon you, that you would be a liberal spender here, and not forget where you got this information.
Oh, I'll remember you. But let's hope I make it out of there, though. That's the big question.
And Topsy, what did you have?
Oh, I was supposed to roll? I didn't know that part.
If you're
rolling
if you're
time.
spending some time here, you might pick up on something also.
I thought this was the gated mission, so I guess so. I'm probably talking up this lady, not just like, how's your day going? I rolled a 1 and I rolled a 9.
I mean, she will by all means, simply talk to the cute cat and probably be scratching behind your ear and pampering you in a different way. She tells you, you can't go to that castle. No, it's too dangerous for a sweet little thing like you. There's vampires that roost up there. Haven't you seen the bats? And you have. The group initially, I think, when they saw the vision of Castle Xyntillan way back at the Dolmenstone, saw these like bat creatures flying about, and I think you've seen some even walking up there. So
I may have eaten 2 of them, I think. Bats don't always mean vampires. It's not too bad.
don't get bit, kitty cat.
I'll try not to. But boy, some of the stuff you've already seen there, just walking in the door, you wouldn't believe it. I saw a guy turn to dust. It was crazy.
She says that place is cursed. You would do well to stay far away. Stay
but I
right here with
can't.
me.
No, listen, I'm kind of the money bags here. I gotta go. But you did a wonderful job. You were great company, and boy, you know how to get right behind the ear. It's great.
All right. While that was happening, you're spending an extra day, it sounds like, here in town. Anything that the rest of you are doing during this day? Let's just go around and kind of capture it for everybody. How about Beelay? How are you spending this day?
I'm just continuing to foment revolution and the pub, trying to get some attentive ears to recognize the class struggle that exists around us. Sooner or later, I'll get somebody.
Yep. People remember you. You know, you're still wearing your tattoo proudly. The hair hasn't quite covered that up yet. So you're hanging out with your comrades. How about, let's see, Henrick's at the cat house. How about Friar?
The friar's gonna ask around. He's gonna ask people about rats because this little kitty cat goes nonstop talking about his rats and how much he needs his rats. And he's gonna get to the bottom of it and find out where these damn rats are, so that this kitty cat will be quiet about the rats and be able to find some rats.
Everyone's kind of like any cellar, like the cellar at the inn that you're at, I'm sure has a fair number of rats.
Very well. Yes, thank you.
All right. So you get the you got the hidden knowledge of the rats.
There we go.
How about Lillibeth?
Lillibeth is going to I'm going to take this chance to go ahead and check out the environment behind me and I guess around the town. Go hunting one last time and to get away from rats, cat houses, and any mention of any kind of person turning to dust before I have to go back into that mess. So I'm just going to go ahead and spend some time in the woods.
Okay. Going out on a hunt.
Going out on a hunt.
And what type of quarry do you think that you're looking for?
I'm not after anything really, really big. Probably maybe some rabbits or, you know.
Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. Okay, so I don't make the same mistake. Is it /R or R/?
Should be /R
Thank
space and then 1d6.
Okay, let's try this again. Five.
Okay. No problem at all. In fact, You are going to come back with maybe 5 or 6. We'll say
Oh,
we'll say
great.
5. You rolled a 5. You got 5 rabbits. You
Got a
string
brace?
up and sling over your shoulder, and we'll bring back to town. You'll be able to feed the group, no problem tonight.
Pretty happy about that.
And how about silver?
You said there's like a dock and like maybe some fishermen here.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would. So I'm working on my epic poem. I'm debating calling it possibly the Cold Prince's Keep or Castle Xyntillan, right? Just sort of workshopping. And I really wanted a good opener, and I wanted to embellish the story of the creature from the lake. And so I'm trying to get details like rumors, myths, like what did it look like, what had it done in the past. And so I'm just like chattering up with the fishermen, trying to learn whatever they'll tell me about the creature.
Make a charisma check.
Ooh. So when I do that, I think I get a little boost, but I'm just gonna roll and see what happens. You said charisma. There it is. Hit roll. Well, I'll just roll it. There it is. Sorry, my foundry's like chugging.
All right, a success. So
Yes.
one of the stranger things that you hear while you're interviewing different people is that one of the fishermen claims that it is psychic, that if you are within like a mile of it, it will actually speak to you and fill your mind with all sorts of nightmares that will stick with you. He says that he knew a guy that went crazy and wandered off into the woods and was never seen again because he was afflicted with one of these visions.
Like, that's good. That's good. Keep going. I'm just like writing down scratch notes. Don't care about the guy or what's going to happen to us. Just like, I just want the story.
Everything
good.
else
But I'll-
that you're hearing is kind of either in conflict with one another or so generic that it doesn't really resonate with you for your tale.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, and then I'll just kick back at the tavern eventually, probably where I'll beat Beelay up a little bit, buy him a tankard, and start talking about the upper class. You should have seen the elves that they did at the court. There was one elf that was literally 7 versions of himself, and I'm just like going on and on and on, just infuriating him.
Sounds good. So that's anything else here that'll bring us to the evening. Probably what we will do here is we'll settle up. I'm just going to say the food that Lillibeth brings in is going to cover you for meals, but we'll deal with lodging, and that will run the group. I guess I gotta look. This is Knob. I think it's common quality. I'm just gonna say it is. And I'm assuming you're all staying in the common room, so it'll run you 5 copper for the night each.
All right.
Paid more to stay in much worse places.
And I would ask, with so many of you, I'll just ask that you each handle that on your sheets or whatever. 2 of you, I can't even access your inventory, so cool. So then the day will flip to the 8th, and it's a new day. What would you end up doing next?
I think an early start was what we talked about last time, so that we would be more daylight at the location.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know how the cat house people are, but everyone else was up, I think, getting up early.
Sounds
No,
good.
Henrick is fine. Henrick is fine, and he's eager to let you guys know about what he heard.
From his first trip to the cat house.
For sure. Absolutely.
All
that
right.
place was wonderful.
I told you no cats.
Well, I was only in one room the entire time. That was the weird part of it.
Well, I mean, I guess it must have gone well. And then, you weren't thrown out or anything like that. So
Well, I'm very well behaved. Don't worry about me in that respect.
excellent.
All right. So you all gather your things and you trek out into the woods and start making your way. So you're at the very top of Lake Longmere, and you would be making your way down around to the west, following the shoreline, and eventually you would make your way. You'd see the castle. It stands upon this big outcropping of rock, high cliff that overlooks the lake. There's a switchback road that takes you all the way up, and you've done this before. You make your way up there and eventually get to the right where the token is on the map, here at the precipice. You'd be standing on one side looking over a bridge that connects the castle walls with the trail that took you up here. It kind of bridges the gap between a ravine. And you can look through. Your group had done some clearing of the rocks here, and you can see you're looking through to the courtyard where our last session primarily took place. You can see the stone wall that surrounds the castle proper is in various states of disrepair. Certain places where you wouldn't even be able to walk along the rampart. The gatehouse here in the front is completely dilapidated. You have to kind of crawl over stones and things like that to get access to the courtyard. But beyond the courtyard, you can see the tall structure that looms overhead, dotted with all sorts of grotesque gargoyle faces and things like that built into the stonework of the many towers of Castle Xyntillan. From the group that went last time, you know that there are two ways that you have discovered into the castle from the courtyard. There is the main doors that would lead in, kind of straight ahead from where you're standing. But then there is also on a second floor, a balcony where there's sort of a terrace there, and there's a rose garden that you could use grappling hooks or whatever to scale the wall, get up into the garden, and there's a pathway in there. There was a bit of a effect from the blooming roses in that area that caused a couple of the group to fall into some kind of a slumber that was difficult to rouse. And so you may be not eager to go that way again, unless you have a precaution to deal with that. The other way that you know to get into the castle right now is from the first session. There is the southern doorway that led into a foyer where you dealt with a spectral butler that seemed very upset to see one of the Maleval family with you. And that maybe is a piece of this that we haven't really talked about yet, but you do know from things that the friar heard from the priest and some other conversation that has happened at the tavern, that it is the prevailing belief of the locals that this place is cursed. It was occupied by a noble family that has been more or less expunged from the records by Brackenwold because of how there was a lot of debauchery and terrible things that happened. A lot of people think that the Maleval family that lived here, that occupied the place after the Cold Prince's banishment, that there's some curse that was left by the Cold Prince for having mortals come and live in his abode. So, with that, what would you guys like to do?
We've sort of skirted the courtyard. So it's either, I think, go in the front door or coming from above. But from above has risks.
Mhm. Poisonous roses that will put us to sleep.
You know, all the talks of cats and rats has made me wonder, have we looked to see if there's any way in through like a gap in the foundation? Anything like that? Have we
Like a kid-
explored the grounds?
Like a kitty door?
Like a kitty door. Exactly like a kitty door.
That's a good question. So have we yet done like a perimeter on
You
the
have
entire castle?
Not done a thorough perimeter search.
No, we have not.
Might be wise to start there then. We're going to continue to investigate. Might as well, because maybe there are secret entrances and cellars.
Guardians in the
Creatures.
garden. So don't forget that's a possibility too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so looking to do a perimeter search. Tell me which direction you would like to do that. The north or south?
I have no strong opinion, but I say south.
South sounds fine.
We know there's water to the north, correct?
Think
You
so?
would know that the lake basically, yes, to the north and to the east.
Maybe there's a water side entrance.
Or like docks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Why don't we go there then? We could try that out. See if there's any kind of like shipping receptacle.
To the north?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think the idea would be very specifically. I mean, we're going to go around the perimeter, but I think very specifically we're looking for like if there's a dock that like has like a like a entry to like a basement level or something. Where they might have received goods.
Okay. Would you be climbing down into this ravine? Would that
The way
make
you say
sense?
that makes me think.
Well,
feel
so you could be walking along on the west side here and be up on the upraised part,
Mhm.
but you wouldn't really.
I think we want to go in because
Go
we want to see
down
like
and, like,
right
kinda
at the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we want to have a close view of the side of the structure.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to move the token. This will be about one turn searching the ravine on this side. So then I will... We're kind of in exploration phase here. Turns. Gotta do... not quite yet. So you search along the bottom of the ravine. We'll just give you this whole thing in this 10 minutes. And you don't see anything that looks like an entrance. You're kind of poking at the earth. It's a little bit... the earth is actually pretty hardened up here. It's pretty dry, packed earth. And there doesn't seem to be anything that is like a hidden covered entrance or anything like that. By the time you get all the way to the north and you're at basically the precipice looking, it's a sheer drop down hundreds and hundreds of feet down to the shoreline. Basically the stone wall, like the wall is built right into that sheer cliff. So there's nowhere else to like walk along up here without like scaling and getting on the wall.
Led us into a dead end.
At least we know it's a dead end.
Hit back the other way.
Yeah.
And you'd like to do the same along the from basically where you started, kind of around the building.
Yeah, and I think on this side, maybe looking for like any. I mean, to Lillibeth's point, if there's any like weaknesses or holes, but also looking for like any cellars or any kind of like indication there may be just like a back entrance, basically.
Makes sense. It's a little muddier down on this southern side of the ravine. And right as you turn the corner, it starts to slope up. This is kind of where the ravine ends. It looks like it's an artificial kind of thing that was dug up just to give the castle a little bit of protection on the front end here. So as you climb up out of that, continuing to search, and you come up with nothing as you get to this side of the castle. And it is quiet and calm.
Well, the castle's doing a very good job of being a castle. I'll give it props to that.
Yeah, if we go much further, we're going to end up right where we started before. And I don't really want to go back through those doors.
Well, yeah, it should be better than it was before.
Well, that's true.
Like castle architecture.
And who says we have to go in? If we're checking around the entire castle, then maybe we should not stop and keep on going.
This is where
Do a full
Jock.
circumference.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think,
agree.
Siva? Yes.
At least the 270 that we're able to see.
Continuing to search around the structure, you get to this point here, and just a refresher, some of you were not here before, but looking at this entrance on the south side, you see there are two statues that flank the entranceway.
There.
They both depict. What did I say? I said chimeras, right? Or chimeras, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Chimeras, yeah.
They both have their right paw raised up, mouths open, all of their heads. They're the goat head, the dragon head, and what's the third one?
Lion.
Lion?
So, having seen nothing, so now the trail kind of followed this elevation here. You'll have to start kind of climbing down in order to continue to go around the perimeter, which is possible. Yet it's not precarious. Like, you're not at risk of falling to your deaths or anything, but it does kind of slope down here. Continuing around.
Yes.
Yep.
And Alex, as you said that we might not have seen this last session, but has anyone passed through the Chimera? Did we pass through the Chimera like way back?
Yes.
We did.
We did.
We went in and then
It was like
turned
a
west and we all left.
Yep.
And we said, we need hirelings. Goodbye.
Okay. But the impression would be that we've already triggered the trap, maybe?
Trap is reset, apparently.
So
because-
far, we have not been back through the same place twice yet.
Okay.
So
Got it.
I don't know if I'm encouraged by the we need hirelings and then I join the team.
That's the best part of this.
Very
whole
astute
team. I
of
was thinking,
you.
like, we're good. We got two really good hirelings now.
We were hirelings once, so you know.
I remember what happened to the last hirelings. They're not with us anymore.
Well, Kezzy's still here.
We at least remember your names, though. That's a good sign.
Silver, roll a D100.
I will. D100. Do. 81.
That feels good.
Yeah, feels so
It's
good, doesn't it?
not good.
Oh,
that sounds like, I don't know. You never know these rolls.
just trying to influence the dealer.
So if it's treasure, it's good.
He smiled.
Random encounter, not good.
It's not good.
Not good.
Okay. So you get to like right here and you're on like the very eastern side that you could be. Like right here, basically, like if you look up, you're just looking at like towers, like the backside of the castle. There's no like wall or anything like there. It's actually the keep structure, built right into the cliffside here. To the north, directly ahead, you can see that there is this like tower that rises up all the way from like out of the lake. And there is well, you probably can't see it yet. If you continue further north, you'll be able to see there is a drawbridge that connects that tower to the castle, like up above. So there is a way to get out there, but that is probably not your concern right now, because rising up out of the lake over here are these strange, 4 distinct movements that you see. This cluster, it almost looks like a fog cloud. 4 of them that are rising up out of the mist that lingers on the top of the surface of Lake Longmere. And these clouds are kind of lighting up with flashes of light, and once in a while a little bit of electricity kind of discharges off of them, and they're rising up, and they are just right above you, maybe about 20 feet or so away, like lingering over the lake. So let me know who your caller is and roll a d6. We'll run into initiative here.
Who's feeling lucky?
Nominate the Friar for encouraging us to do this.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Now,
So we
yeah,
want
that-
him to roll initiative for us, right?
Where's your god
Yeah.
now, Friar?
now just review your options. Do anybody want to cast any spells? Does the group want to retreat from this situation?
Before I roll, I will pause. The friar is looking at these things. He doesn't know what it is. And he might want to retreat if everyone else does.
Joffrey's not here, so yes, of course. Let's retreat.
I am in favor of retreat.
I can't
Anyone
swim,
wanna-
so I'm totally in
Yeah.
favor of retreat.
Yeah, the biggest
We're gonna-
thing is if you're relying on any kind of melee, like you can't reach them right now, whatever they are.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's go away.
Okay,
Run away.
so
we
go
have to
ahead.
win the
Say hi to
roll.
Paulus.
This is the oh boy.
You know, I think I've heard something about vampires being missed.
During the daylight?
I don't know. I've never seen one.
Question.
Yes.
I'm looking at the overlay and it says we have player boon 6. Is that
Oh
accurate
yes.
for us?
Sorry, that didn't get any attention from me.
All
Yeah,
right.
Galaxian bought you guys each a reroll, so I just added 6 player.
I feel a little bit better on this then.
And Jeff bought me 1 at one point, so
That was very sweet of Jeff.
that is nice. Thank you, Jeff. I will use it well.
All right.
What did you get?
Oh,
4?
Yeah.
All right.
not bad.
You are going to be able to. Anybody here wearing heavy armor, plate mail? Oh, that's too bad.
Silver.
All right. So
Yeah, me
you
too.
all will get. I'm going to say with your evasion on this turn, you get to right there. But these clouds are following you, and they seem to be able to keep up with you.
Oh no.
I wonder if they'll follow us inside.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and now we have to get into the castle, but should we get into it by these 2 statues? I said they were
Oh.
trapped before.
Well, the butler's dead.
So the clouds follow. They don't like come closer inland, but they are following. They're tracking with you.
Ah, okay.
So let's roll initiative again.
Well, are we retreating further?
Do you want to retreat?
I mean, I don't really have anything to deal with clouds. I don't got a fan.
Damn it.
Four.
Let's go back to town.
You rolled a 4?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm retreat. Are we retreating towards the gate, or to the Chimera?
Yeah,
entrance, or-
I think.
Okay.
Maybe back up on the ridge and onto the path. That can we do that? And stay away from the water.
The goal
Yeah,
is
they could-
the goal is to get to the doors where the chimeras are, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I think the Moreen to Lillibeth's point, maybe. Well, yeah. Let's just either way, we gotta run that direction. Let's just run that direction, and then we can, if we want to fork, we can fork.
Serpentine.
You get to the ridge. You're gonna have to climb on this next roll. Clouds continue to follow you. Let's see what they're going to do. Not so nice this time, as they start to shoot bolts of electricity out at the group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, they are going to target Silver, Lillibeth, Toppsy, Friar, and Henrick. HD3. Okay. This one is at Henrick. A 17
Yep, my AC 16.
zaps you. You take 6 points of damage.
I am down.
Yeesh.
Henrick
I only have 4
drops.
HP.
Friar Fitzpatrick, a 12.
That meets my god armor, so that will hit.
3 points of damage. Topsy misses. Lillibeth misses. And Silver, 15 to hit.
That hits me exactly because my gimpy leg. Oh, I'm sorry, because my dexterity lost in my leg.
3 points of damage.
All right.
So as Henrick
Risky.
drops, we would be rolling another initiative roll.
Now hold on for Henrick. Are we doing the death roll, or what are we doing there?
Yeah, I suppose we should do it right away.
What do I roll?
What's the mechanic? Where
The
you
first thing you
check-
want to do is roll a save versus death.
Oh.
And then I'm going to look up the rest of the details.
It's in your.
I have a 12 in that one.
Hey, have a good night, Galaxian. It was good to see you. It's been a bit.
Hey, Galaxian.
I think that's
Rolled
like the best
above.
number you can get.
Did you roll over your death save target?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
did, okay.
My target is 12.
All right, then roll me a d20.
13.
Cool.
Okay. So this has definitely like scarred up your internal organs, this electrical energy passing through your body. So you're going to take 2 points of constitution loss. Like your constitution score goes down by 2. You're at 0 hit points and you're unconscious, but you are still technically living.
Okay.
All right. So we would be doing another initiative roll here.
All right. So we need to get him up.
Yeah.
Is there one among you that would be grabbing Henrick?
I would try to grab him.
Okay. Yeah, you can do
I
so.
realized that nothing came at me, so I felt kind of free.
Sure.
All right. You want to win this one?
Uh-huh. I do.
I rolled a 5.
6.
You rolled a 6.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the goal? Are you going in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say so.
I think
Yeah.
shelter is essential.
You run in, slam the doors behind you. Who's got a torch?
I think
I
I
have a
do.
torch on my person if somebody wants to get it from my body.
You're unconscious. You're not dead.
All right. So deduct the torch and tell me who's hanging onto the torch.
I'll hold it.
All right. Lillibeth is holding a torch.
Am I able to do a spell?
Yep. You are out of initiative. You can do your spell.
All right. Oh, Saint Lillibeth, please hear my call. This is for a noble fellow who enjoys playing with cats. Please bring him back. Please bring Henrick back. So he can do the one true God's good work. He's one of the good ones, I promise. You get
I promise.
3 points of healing with that prayer.
Okay.
Welcome back, comrade.
No, I don't know what happened.
You got like zapped, crackled, and popped. It was wild.
I'm still. I reach out and I touch his nose with my finger and convey the static electricity back at him.
Thank you, Friar Fitzpatrick.
Oh, no problem. On your feet, friend.
You may want to. Your hair is kind of. Push it down.
Huh?
There you go.
How are
Much
you?
better.
Are you okay? You are still with us, yes?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Who has my torch?
Is that what you're worried about?
Henrick is
I'd
going to
like to
check to
hold
see
it.
if his
First
gold
concern.
pieces are there.
You got zapped by ghost lightning.
And I survived to tell the tale.
That's pretty impressive. I've heard stories of people dying to a lot worse or a lot easier things.
Yeah, well,
Ghost lightning, definitely
probably didn't-
high on the list.
Probably didn't help that I'm wearing all this plate.
And now you are standing within the vestibule of the castle. All around you, you can see the high vaulted ceiling is supported by these 6 thick, sturdy stone columns. And there's beams of light that are coming down. You're not like... The disrepair of the castle is prominent here, as there's just these beams of light coming from daylight outside holes in the ceiling. Very obvious. And there's furniture around in the room. This was definitely like a place where the medievals would welcome guests. But all of the furniture is in disrepair and has hardened guano and such that has soiled it. There is a coat rack that some of the group is probably looking at warily in the southwestern side of the vestibule, where I think there is still a pair of shoes sitting there, and maybe that's it. And several wooden doors leading out of this area, and then the hallway. If you've got your torch light, you can see that the hall extends to the north.
How far did you all get out of here?
Yeah.
I think about 20 feet that way, and you see like as the hallway comes open, about there. You see, this is the room of dusting.
Oh, this is when you saw somebody turn to dust.
Right before our eyes, it was really, really something.
Yeah.
It's like all the moisture just left his body and just.
There was a ghost draining him. He just
Yes,
right?
yes.
I mean, it wasn't
Ghost.
just
And
dust.
Henrick, I'd like to remind you, I believe I gave you some holy water.
Hmm.
You see a ghost, remember, we have to fight. Make sure that you pour it on your weapon. That
My
will be
weapon, yes.
the only way you can harm this ghost and put it to peace.
Can I
for
get some
reminding
of
me
my
that-
arrows?
Yeah, can I just settle some stones in that?
Actually, I've been actually meaning to give you one friend as well, and I'll hand over to Beelay. Here's one as well. If you need it, you have it. It's yours.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Lillibeth, don't you have those glittery arrows?
I do have the glittery arrows. Well, I guess I probably didn't hit anything with the glittery arrows the last time. So I'll try to hit better.
Do not worry, I do have 2 more vials from the good priest down the road there. I will be purchasing more if we need it.
Well thought. Well thought, Friar.
Well, I see a door there, 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 and there.
Which one did the thing come out of?
Oh, he was right where you're standing.
Hmm.
Yeah, the spectral butler was just hanging out in this room when they entered.
Yeah, and the coat rack attacked us. Well, no, it didn't really. Yeah, kind of.
You know what?
Anyway, the coat rack was next.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
Hey, Alex, I'm going to take a bite of some spirit thing and heal up a little bit.
Okay.
Just so mechanically, you know.
Well, if you ask me, I think this door seems pretty swell. Wouldn't you agree? I point the door that's like the first one on the left.
Okay.
The left is always the right way to go.
I like the cut of your jib.
All right, I'm just any comment that's like, I'm gonna check out this door, I'm taking that as an affirmative, like a person is doing a thing, just so we start to move along. So Topsy goes over here. You go and you try to check this door, and it's stuck.
Stuck as in locked or stuck as in barricaded?
No, it feels like it is jammed or potentially just swelled up.
This is really unfortunate. Guys, like this door is stuck and I got these little cat arms. Like, which a big, strong, muscular person could come to my rescue in this circumstance. Oh, woe is me.
I'll head over.
Yeah, I can try and open a stuck door. I got like a 3 and 6.
Okay, go ahead and make the roll.
The upper 3, right?
Unfortunately, you go to work on this door and it does not budge. It seems very much lodged in place.
Is there any other big, strong, muscular types who can get this poor door for little old me?
Does it have to be the door, Topsy? Can we go to another door?
Yeah, something tells me we're not going to be able to get in there.
Oh,
Yes.
where's your
Look for the
fun?
keyhole.
Where's your fun? Fine.
All right, I'll give it one try. Let's see.
Okay.
If,
So just remember,
I'll kinda
this
like
this takes a
check it
turn.
Always
So
let her do that to you.
go ahead and do.
turn per person, or
Yeah, because basically, for the past 10 minutes, Beelay has been trying to open that door. So
all right, and I'll give it a shot as well. I don't remember my strength score is 14. I'll double check my chance to open a door, but roll a 1. Is that good or bad?
1 would be good. So you managed to break down this door and see to the inside.
5 ghosts with electric powers.
Time
Made
to
it best.
die.
Such a strong young elf. You did such a great job.
Are
So
you
proud of you.
Cracking
No,
knuckles.
I'm
like,
encouraging him.
How is Billy? He had practically opened it already.
I was just butting my head against it.
In here, you can see kind of more furniture and such that is around the room, seating areas, couches, another coat rack to your left, but this one has no items upon it. There are some gilded portraits, not portraits, but paintings on the walls that kind of depict, like Bob Ross style portraits of the forest and the lake and things like that. Nothing that's too spectacular, but. And then there is another doorway across the way.
Onward.
Door is a door is a door is a door.
Henrik
No,
looks
no.
behind one of the paintings before we go, just in case there's.
There's a bit of there's like kind of a wallpaper and such in this room. Most of it is like totally kind of scraped off and peeled off, and so as you like kind of pull the painting away from the wall, some of that kind of like peels away, and just like bare wood on the backside.
Nothing behind the painting, so.
Oh, that's what I wanted to remember and to tell you all. Be careful with grabbing objects that seem to be
Harmless?
harmless. Yes. Sorry, that reminds me. Last time we did that, there was a broom that started beating.
I really wish that the paintings came to life. We got to fight them like it was like Castlevania or something.
All
I know
right,
he's rolling.
What is
Well, Your
it?
Holiness, that's
Friar,
everything
give me
here.
a D100.
Oh god damn it.
I just wanted to let you know. Sure, I'll do it. Is it treasure?
He was like
No.
behind the painting. He was there
Okay.
like,
The slight smirk I'm seeing, it's probably not. It's like,
It's not treasure. Well, I mean, it could be treasure.
treasure is in the adventures along the
after
way.
the roll, it could be
11,
11.
that's good.
unless it's treasure.
Well, while Alex is looking up our doom, before you rush to the next door, remember we can also listen at the doors.
Mhm.
Your
See what's
keyhole,
on the
maybe?
inside. Yeah, look to see this keyhole.
All right. Henrick, you are checking out that portrait. We'll say that the portrait that you are messing with, it depicts Lake Longmere and like the Dolmenwood kind of off in the distance. And as you are you putting the painting back on the wall or setting it down or taking it with you?
I'm setting it down.
Okay. Just kind of like leaning it against the wall or whatever.
Right, yeah.
As you do that, you can feel like almost like a cold chill from behind you coming from the portrait. And as you kind of take a look back, you can see that the scene has turned, like all of the trees have kind of rotted and withered away. All of their leaves have dropped. The lake has like frozen over. And there's this like skeletal visage that's transparently like overlaid on the painting, and it's looking at you, and just like in a low voice, it says, "Go back. Go
Anybody
back.
else see that?
You are not
Painting.
welcome here."
Painting is talking, everybody. Does anybody else hear it, or is it just me?
I can't hear him. Silver, did the face look familiar?
It was just a skeletal face that said to go back. We don't belong here.
Now,
I think we
Henrik, this is also relevant for you, Beelay. I just hesitate to say this, but I have to remind you, and I pull out a little contract. It's like, he signed right here to both of you that you would contribute to this expedition.
Contributing.
Yes. But listen though, Silva, if they don't want to be here, we will not force them. Right?
Is this contract actually legally binding? Who do we go to?
Henrik, you are made of sin and stuff. Yes.
Let me check that, Silver. Is it notarized?
No,
Maybe not.
There's probably like a little circle symbol with a little cat's paw in the middle of it.
Henrik, as you're lingering about in the room, make a save versus spell.
Mm. So we're getting spooked.
The environment is giving us a message.
What a good hireling.
Oof. I don't know. Fail.
We have
Failed it?
rerolls.
Uh,
We have
you do
rerolls.
have rerolls. You can use a
We
reroll.
have
Yeah,
rerolls.
rerolls.
But
Reroll.
it's a 15. I mean,
I mean-
It takes a 15 for everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
we got rerolls. You got to use them. That's what's going to save our lives.
Yeah.
Are those
Yeah.
rerolls?
all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can feel that there's like the face has not left the painting, like it is still there, and it's like actively trying to bewitch you, and it's continuing
Okay.
to speak. The curse of my family should not befall upon you. You must turn back.
Look away.
Very nice,
It's-
warning.
We need to get into the other room. Let's get out of here quick.
So you open this door and move into the next room. Turns out to be a hallway. 3 doors that you can see, 2 to the south, 1 to the north, and the hallway seems to continue forward if you were to go around the corner to the north.
Left.
Excellent idea. More doors upon doors upon doors. So which left door? There's
Or a
this
lot of
left
doors.
door, and then there's this
Always
left door.
best to be as far left as possible.
Seriously, you're like super
We're
impressing me
letting
right
a
now.
goat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say a goat because that's not true. But we are allowing 2 of us to make the decisions to go left based on leftness.
Well, unless you have any other idea of where to go. If you ask me, I have no idea where the fuck we are. It's just
Neither.
everywhere.
And
Yeah.
so far, I guess left hasn't been bad.
In a maze, I just think you always pick the same direction as often as you can to not get lost.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Just do it fast.
Leftist most door is that one, I'd say.
So, should I do the listen at the door? Is that something we're
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and
Let
make.
me take a look. I gotta. Well, do you have? How are you
No.
good at listening? Are you good at listening?
No, I'm as bad as everybody could possibly be. I've got horns. I can't even get my head next to the door. I lean
Listen,
in and I
you're-
butt the door with my head.
You're a Marxist. You do more talking than listening, so it's fine. Yeah, I'll take a listen to the door, Alex. I've got a little elfie boost.
All right, what's your chance?
2 and 6.
2 and 6.
So not amazing, but
What you hear on the other side?
oh, I haven't rolled yet. I'm
I'm
didn't
sorry,
roll it
I
here.
rolled it for you, just in
Oh,
case.
thank you.
You hear silence on the other side of the door. Just to add to kind of the feeling in the hallway here, it's definitely very cobwebby and dust filled. Some of you maybe are even sneezing, just because it has been so long since anyone seems to have passed through here. But you press your ear up against the wooden door, and it just sounds silent on the other side.
Onward, Topsy.
Shoot. Doorknob.
All right.
Oh, open.
So you open the door, and I'm going to mark down another turn.
Another statue?
I really
got
don't like this room.
About 10 minutes left on that torch. And as you come into this is definitely has the trappings of it was once a chapel, because there are wooden pews that line the hall, and there's a crumbling altar on the southern side. In frescoes in the wall, there is this artwork of monks. They're definitely tending to grapevines, and there's some scenery of monks with their robes hiked up stomping around in barrels, crushing, very much in the midst of making wine.
Love
And
frescoes. I don't know. Anybody else love frescoes? Henrick would just like look. Not gonna touch anything. Don't worry.
Oh, it's up to you. It's just, you know, you are your own man.
Speaking of your own man, this seems like a place for you, young man. It's like a whole place of worship in someone's own castle.
Yes.
Is this one of your one god things?
Alex, does it seem to be it? Does it seem to have all the markings of one true god?
yeah, the altar has carved into it. It's like a stone flat top altar, but on the front facing of it, the oraculary is etched into the stonework, right behind right in front of the painting of the monks stomping around in the cask.
Okay, sorry about that. I missed that detail. Yes, it seems so. I do not know if, though we've been to places, that should, still have the power, the one true god, but they've been spit on and soiled and desecrated.
Sometimes there's hands in them. Yeah, I would agree.
Yes. Well, I'm unsure yet if this place is that. Can I move a bit closer up to see if I could take a better look?
Okay, you move into the room and you move up closer to the altar. It's just 2 steps up. Well, the floor is stonework as well.
I'm just going to go look at the monk's mural and admire the imagery of several people of the working class working together for their own product.
All right. So Beelay, you're moving up to kind of check out the painting. The Friar is moving up to the altar. Henrick, what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm looking at the frescoes as well. Wherever they are, if it's like going around the room. Well,
Sounds good. How about Toppsy?
I'm pewing. Pew to pew, seeing what's around.
Lillibeth?
Lillibeth is staying close to the Friar just because I'm very anxious right now. Just really anxious, and I don't want anything to happen to him.
And Silver.
I'm also admiring the artwork, but just for the beauty of the art.
Okay. Silver and Beelay, roll me a d6.
Of course.
Low. Get low. This is probably not a great time to be low, of course.
Let's see what happens.
You both notice it. The painting is doesn't seem to be moored necessarily to the stonework or hung. There's actually this very thin hinge that you notice that lines the right side on the back side of the molding or the framing.
I'm gonna reach up. Oh, go ahead.
Henrick, you are looking around at the frescoes. One detail that you notice is that the ones towards the back here, the monks in them, their skin looks very thin, and it almost looks like these monks that are depicted on the backside are maybe ill, or they just look emaciated compared to the healthier looking versions in the frescoes on the southern side.
Are they still stomping?
Yeah, they still seem like tending to a orchard and a winery, but there seems to be like less of them, and you almost get the sense that these are like later paintings in the life cycle of this monastery, wherever it is. Friar Fitzpatrick, you were going up and checking out the altar.
Yes.
As you move up and you're looking at the top side of the altar, there is this like this spiraled shell, like a fossilized, I don't know what the word is exactly, but like a fossilized like shell from like
Nautilus?
a prehistoric
Nautilus.
something
Yeah.
like that, yeah. Ammonite, is that the word? I don't know. Fossilized
it's
shell
long
is
one.
on the top of the altar, and it's like built into the stonework. It's not a symbol that's associated with any saint or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an odd thing to see. What do we got? Topsy was checking out the pews. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
You got it. I have dice. Why am I going with that thing? Boop.
Hmm.
1.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or that's bad.
Underneath the pews, many of them, you find old discarded bone, skulls, things that have like, there's like a centipede crawling out with the eye socket of one of the bleached skulls, and there's just cobwebs and dust under there, but filthy.
Animal or, mortals?
Small.
Small.
And let's see, Lillibeth, I forget what you were up to.
Just staying next to the friar because I'm
Okay.
nervous. This place is making me nervous.
Okay, so that is kind of the setup of everything that happens in this 10 minutes here. Your torch goes out,
Oh, that's even worse.
and for a moment you are in darkness.
Anybody have another torch?
I'll pull it out. I'll light it.
And in that moment of darkness, you start to hear the singing of hymns coming from both the hallway that you just came from and the hallway to the west. Just a number of voices in unison. Oh, they're singing hymns. Kind of sounds like familiar to things that you've heard sung in cathedrals of the one true God, but it's like sung out of key.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the words, it's like, it's in the liturgic language, but like old, like it's like older than what is spoken today.
Are they getting closer? The singing?
Hard to say in this moment. You just started to hear it as you light up the torch.
Oh, you hear the father under his breath go, "Oh shit!" And he's gonna light the torch and like bring it up.
Alex, the paintings had like a hinge on it.
Yep.
Is that what you noticed? Does it look like it's like something you could like pull away from the wall?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that right now and just see what happens.
Are we looking at the same one, Silver and I, or are we looking at two different hinged areas?
Nope, you're looking at the same one.
Okay.
Okay.
So I assist him if that's required.
Yeah, point it out. What do you think that's all about? Let's just open it.
I think that might be a way out.
So behind there basically is it steps into a very like a maybe not exactly a crawl space, but it's like probably less than 5 feet wide. It's probably like 4 feet wide, but it is like an area that like there's room for the group. Like you could step back in there. It is there are a healthy number of barrels and casks that are held back there. But there's enough room, like you could climb over them and get into this space if you wanted.
I'm gonna go in.
Yeah. I waved to others like, let's go in here.
There you go, Toppsy. Toppsy, come on, let's go.
Did you know there's skulls under here?
Worry about the skulls now.
And
I will hold
can
up the
break them.
light. I will hold up the light in, but I will not go in.
you're staying out.
I'll stay at the entrance of the painting. And hold
Okay.
the light out to everyone.
So it sounds like everybody is getting into the crawl space except Friar.
Sounds like it.
Holding the door.
Once all of us are in, I'm gonna try and get the Friar in. Come on. Hey, Fitzpatrick, let's go inside.
Oh, well.
Well, I don't think we want to have the torch lit inside there. That might give away our hiding spot.
We want
Does
to be
that
here
seem
in the door?
intuitive?
But
No, I mean, there's no window or anything. So, like, if you went in there and you closed the painting, you would be fully concealed. And the singing is getting closer.
I think we just
Come on,
Oh.
Mr. Holy Man. Now's not the time to join the chorus.
okay, yes. I'm headed in.
All right. So the group takes the escape route that Silver and Beelay luckily found. And closing the painting behind you, you are now concealed in this tiny little area. From the other side of the painting, just moments later, you will hear feet shuffling into the chapel. Hard to say, but there's at least 10 individuals out there. And it seems like they're kind of mulling about. They're continuing to sing, and it seems like they're sticking around for a bit. So, in your time in the passageway, I am sure that you are shuffling around and kind of searching, what you can find, what your escape plan might be out of the situation. And what you find is that the barrels definitely do contain what would appear to be wine. And the barrels themselves seem to be in pretty good state. They've been pretty well preserved. So we'll say that there are 6 casks back here.
preserved versus newly made.
Yeah. If you go over here, you're going to see that there is like a hole in the floor that goes down. And on the other side of the passageway here, a dead end. Just there's like a barrel or two stuck there.
So my understanding of mortal wine is that it gets better with age.
Well, it's unsealed.
I mean, if this stuff is still good, probably like super great. Could fetch a pretty. I think these could fetch a pretty good penny to the right tavern keeper.
Yeah. Do we have a wagon?
I
We're just
don't
gonna roll
remember.
back.
We will
We-
just have to.
We had a wagon at one point.
Yeah, I felt like we had a wagon.
We will have to just get past the clergy. Are they still singing?
They are still singing.
Is there a way down the hole, Alex? Is it barrel-sized hole? Or is it
yeah, it's a barrel-sized hole.
There's no sign of a former winch or anything that might have been there?
No. If there
I'm
was,
gonna,
it's long since
I
Rotted
have a
away.
rope.
I could hold up. Can I hold up the torch and maybe look down, see what we see?
drops down. we'll say 20 feet. Stone floor. Looks kind of rough cut stone floor. It looks like it's like at the end of a like a dead end, but there's like a hallway that it connects up with.
This might be our only way out if they don't abandon the room.
Well, I do have a rope.
I'm not eager to go drop down a hole into the nowheres right away.
And how long could they possibly stay?
Well,
Yeah.
forever.
Friar, how long is a typical service?
Well, normally an hour or so.
An hour?
Yes.
You know, to get your point across?
Yes. Readings and such and offerings. You know, you won't catch me at one of those. It's more of in the field. It's the way I like to roll. You understand? But either way, but we have to understand that they came when it was dark. Maybe if we introduce light, we might be able to disperse them.
You're putting a really big gamble on what may have just been a coincidence.
I do not know, but I'm not saying we go back there yet.
Oh, absolutely.
But we might
not.
have to. We might have to, unless we could. I don't know. If someone brought something to break through stone.
Hmm.
I have a crowbar, but I don't think it's going to work for stone.
No.
I have a club.
No.
No.
We're back to I have a rope. So
You
what
have
are
a
we gonna
rope. Yes, Lillibeth.
do? So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Sorry.
I think we are. Yes. I think we might be going down that hole.
All right.
Okay.
Oh. We're outside for a second. We're free. There are just like so many things between us and the exit at this point.
This is what we call the deep end.
This is somewhat unexpected,
Yeah.
but I like it.
Oh.
Do you have vision?
Yeah. No.
No.
No. We have a
No.
what?
Vision.
I can see your marker moving around,
Okay.
but I can't
One
see what it's moving
second.
through.
All right. I see.
There we are. We're right there.
Us. Little white dot.
Now you can see your dot and your
Oh,
little
very
bit of
small.
light.
Yes.
So, using a grappling hook and such, we're going to mark another turn past. As you spend some time climbing down there, nothing happens. You climb down there, and now you are at. You got your rope grappling hook hanging down the tunnel. You've got a way to go back up, should you choose. You're looking around at your new environment here, maybe stepping out, taking a look around the corner, and there are pillars and statuary in dusty niches along the walls here. Grotesque faces, bestial qualities on these statues, very similar to some of the decor that you saw on the outside of the structure. So the floor here is a little debris filled. There's just chunks of stone and such that has broken off and just kind of litters as a floor.
Debris, it looks like it's chunks because it was dropped down this hole and shattered.
No, just from like the pillars and the statuary like that you're seeing around is not in impeccable shape anymore. And then the hallway extends 15 feet to the north and seems to go east to west. As you progress forward, then it opens up quite a bit. And it seems like you're kind of feeling, you're in a cellar somewhere with limitless choices to make.
Oh, Lillibeth, where would you like to go?
Right?
I turn myself around, so right becomes left. Okay.
And I just follow your lead.
I'm sorry, which way are you hoping to go?
Right.
Right, meaning this way?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
You get to here, and there is a doorway to the north. In the kind of niche to the south there is a gargoyle in the wall that depicts it's got horns that kind of curve off the top of its head. It's bearing these enlarged teeth. It's got a ring through its nose, and as soon as it sees you, you can see that it like kind of animates its head. It's still like attached to the wall, the rest of the beast's body, but it says, "Ah, fresh blood in the halls. Curious. It's been a long time since the living passed through these cellars. What brings you here? Promises of treasure and gold and glory? Or maybe you're looking for something else."
Something else.
Wine?
I really want to say I'm looking for a gargoyle. I just freak him out. Yeah, I'll stop him and say, cheers to you, Mr. Gargoyle. I'm sure you've been lonely down here, and now you have some company. Would you mind telling us a bit about this place? We'll tell you why we're here.
I can tell you I've been here a long time, and my rival is up above, the blind beast of Xyntillan.
The blind beast? Another gargoyle?
Yes, I'm not so lonely that I will just tell you all of my secrets without a bit of good faith, but if you could show me proof that you have slain and destroyed my twin, well, then we might have something to talk about. I know many of the secrets of this castle and beyond.
I think that's something we could do, but I have to tell you, we are unfamiliar with your kind. Could you tell us maybe the secret to your twin's weaknesses so we might be able to destroy him?
Well, he is fast and he is powerful. Face him in melee combat, you may not see to our future conversation, but he is positioned, I believe, still outside in a courtyard in the interior of the castle. Perhaps you could rout him. Set up a pincer attack or something. I don't know. You're the strategist. You figure it out.
Does the skin, is it pierceable by regular weaponry? Arrows? Swords? Spears?
Clubs?
Clubs?
Stone?
Claws?
No.
Sling rocks?
Stone versus stone?
Cat claws?
He
Hairballs?
is very powerful. His skin
Sledgehammer.
is difficult to pierce. But I think you bring with
Bludgeon?
you some magical items, perhaps?
Mm-hmm.
Those may be able to put a dent into him.
How does he feel about electricity?
Is he
I don't
conductive?
know.
Trying to get him outside.
How did he become blind?
Well, it's a story that goes back to when the cold. Why am I telling you secrets? No. You go deal. You go deal with the beast, and then I will tell you all about that.
I mean, if we really think about it, maybe the story could teach us how to properly defeat him. Every
No.
bit helps. And if you really hate this guy,
It's not that
I mean-
interesting of a story how he got blind.
I mean, if you ask me, every story is a good story.
Well, do the deed, and I shall tell you whatever you like about one topic of your choice.
I thought you were going to tell us about many things, not just now. It's just one topic.
That's just one topic, so take it or leave it.
No, you don't get many people to talk to. Wouldn't you just like to talk?
What, about my
You're-
feelings?
I mean, yeah, like you're like the first, well, thing in here that hasn't tried to murder us immediately. But that's a big improvement.
Well, I can tell that you haven't talked to him first.
No.
And he can move, so you can move?
That's a secret that I'm not going to reveal to you.
I was just curious, like, why you stay
Maybe
here.
I can, maybe I can't.
I mean, this must be a really cool place.
Do you know of a way that we can get to the courtyard without getting killed by anything in this castle?
No, I don't think there is such a route.
That's probably very honest of you.
Thank you.
You must really want us to kill him for you.
I do. And so I will impart with you this information. Turn back the other way. Take a passage to the north, and then you will see a door. Take that door and continue east. You'll pass through a chapel.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, scratch that. The DM made an error. Don't go through that door. He points to this one to the north. You don't want to go through that door. You want to continue this way. And take the next door that you see. That will take you into a small junk room. Pass through that. There will be a doorway where you will see a stairway leading up.
What's wrong with that door?
Where some powerful treasure is.
Oh,
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Ooh, are you like a guard?
N-
Is like the reason why you're in this alcove is you're charged to guard that door? Is that it?
Go ahead.
Make his day.
I mean, if you ask me, that sounds like kind of the case here.
We're all playing old school essentials right now, so I'm sure we've all seen the movie Labyrinth. But
Yeah.
that reminded me of the Labyrinth experience. You haven't seen Labyrinth, Bruno? Of course not, because you're 17 years old. But you
Movie
gotta watch
night.
it.
That was many
Maybe not.
years ago. Many years ago that he was 17 years old.
That's true. Fair enough. I'm sorry, Bruno. But yeah, but the scene where like he's trying to outsmart the doors. Like I feel the guards. I feel like we're about to get ourselves dropped into like a pit. I think we should trust our friend here. What is your name, Mr. Gargoyle?
I'm the other blind beast.
You're the other
There's
blind.
two?
Oh, no wonder you're so jealous.
The other blind beast, but you're
Well, if we slay him, then you're the only blind beast. You can just
That's-
be the blind beast.
You got it.
the best blind
I want to be
beast.
the.
Best.
Understood.
Can there be like 3 blind beasts?
Don't
be
add
pretty good.
blind beasts to the mix. It's already complicated enough.
I think we just need one.
Right down this hallway, right here, right?
Yep. That's right.
I mean,
All right. I'm going to mark a turn down. What would you like to do?
I think we trust the gargoyle. Go to the door that the gargoyle said. And I don't know that we go kill the other blind beast, but at least get out of here.
Or at least talk to him.
At least
Okay.
talk to him. Yeah.
Don't talk to him.
Oh shit.
oh hey, whoa. Hear us?
Why not? Why wouldn't we do that?
Just kill him. Because if you talk to him, he will send you down here to kill me.
And
Is this like a falling out between you two? Is there a way we can like
we
rekindle?
I don't
Is this
want
like-
that. No,
Is this
just
like
kill
a
him.
lost lover?
I mean, the friar had a fight with his brother. They kind of made up. They would have been really unhappy if they'd killed each other.
how does your life change for the better without your brother?
I get to say that I'm I'm the favored blind beast of Castle
Well,
Xyntillan, the premier.
Well, you're favored from us. You're the only one we've met. We favor you.
Yeah, but the way that this is going, I don't think you're going to be around too long, so that doesn't add up to much.
What if it's like a co-opted prime, like a dual prime relationship? Think of how great both of you would be together.
Yeah, and
You'd
if
be the
not
great
us,
power couple in Xyntillan.
who are you trying to impress? If not us,
Gonna kill us. Let's just go.
That way.
Thank you.
All right.
Almost had him.
You see the door? You want to pass through the door?
There's a junk room, right?
To the junk room.
yeah.
Where is the good chunk in the junk room?
In here, you can see that there piles of tables, benches, railings, and other discarded wooden objects fill the room. But they all are accompanied by just piles of like wood chippings and sawdust.
A beaver's been eating them?
There is also a wooden kind of like a wooden statue, I guess, carved. Looks like pretty rustic looking, like it was carved with like a knife. Must have taken a long time for someone to use such a small instrument to create this thing, but it depicts a friar, and it's had its face is completely rotted out, and it's just like black stain where the head and the face on this otherwise immaculate looking statue is, but it is holding in its hands a wooden or a silver oraculary, a holy symbol.
I think we're gonna want that. So,
That's correct.
Friar, is there anything opposed to us taking that cross from the statue?
You can try if you'd like. Just be careful.
We might have to damage the statue to remove it.
Seems everything is a bit damaged. Yeah, already.
Oh boy, isn't that a life lesson right there?
We
All right.
just be careful.
Try and do that, Alex.
All right, you move into the room and you go to take the silver oraculary. As you draw closer, you can see more clearly, like in the piles of like the sawdust, it's kind of moving and shifting around. And as you kind of maybe go quickly in to kind of grab the oraculary, as you do so, like these worms just start like burrowing out of the face of the rotten face and just start kind of dropping down. And give me a just roll a dexterity check. Try to roll under your dexterity.
Ooh. My dexterity is 16.
16. Okay. So you manage to kind of like dodge out of the way of them. Like they don't make contact with any of your equipment or your arms or anything like that. And you grab the oraculary and you can scoot back to the group.
You are brave.
I don't know if it's brave. It thought it was a piece of wood.
And as you are holding this, Beelay, you feel, I don't know, like you're probably not super religious, and as a goat folk, certainly not religious towards the Church of the One True God, but
We purport to support the one true God. It keeps us out
Yes.
of trouble, but
for the first time as you're holding this, like you feel like you're in the presence of a divine being, that there is someone watching over you that is listening.
Uncle James. I'm thinking back to my ancestors.
Oh, James.
And
Is
you
it like
know
an
that
uncle
there
of yours?
is power in that symbol. And you feel like you might be able to actually use it. Like you feel like you've got a direct connection to the divine.
I kind of take it and just kind of rub it against my horn.
And as you
My
do so,
friend.
like there's a little bit of like a shine, almost like a polish, and there it creates like a little bit of like a halo effect. Maybe some kind of trick of the eye from the flickering torchlight, but yeah.
Oh, how odd.
And
my
Friar,
friend,
you can see it. You can see there's like an aura around
Oh.
Beelay.
This is an interesting feeling of unity and community and all men of equality coming through.
Yes. That's
Thank-
like. That glow looks good on you, friend.
Hmm. Maybe it wasn't a statue of a saint to the one true oppressor. I mean, one true God.
No, it wasn't. He just smiles and looks at you. Do you feel it? That feeling? Yes.
I look back at the statue and try and see if there's any goat-like similarity to the statue. Maybe what had been mauled away. Maybe it was horns or something else that had been there. I'm having trouble connecting it to anything else but my own internal mythology.
You look back at it, and the way that the wood has rotten has sort of imprinted sort of a goat-like visage. It's like a Rorschach thing. Like you're looking for what you want to
See what
see,
you want.
but
Yeah.
it's there.
The worms add the extra layers to it.
So with that, we'll say that was a turn there. So I'm going to do a little roll here. You got about 20 minutes left on that torch.
Mhm.
Okay. Quiet. So does the group want to continue to explore around in the basement cellar area, or do you want to take the direction and go up? There is a staircase that you will easily find there. It'll take you up.
I
Do what
say,
the gargoyle wants us to do.
well, right now, no. I'd rather not. I mean, we got the holy man over there, but I can't really do all too much, with, magical means. I mean, Silver, he's got that big old sword. Lillibeth's got some arrows. I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know that rushing to the attack is even going to happen. There's so much unknown up there.
They really need to work out their relationship with each other. But I say upstairs seems like a good idea.
Well, what about more wine?
Well, we know where that is.
We now at least have 2 doors instead of just 1 door that leads us out.
Alex, can we kind of spatially sense where we are and whether this stairwell leads us back to where the monks were?
Spatially, it'd be like kind of similar. Like you haven't gone too far.
I'm just thinking about that on the map. Like, are we just going to pop up behind another secret door and back in the room with all the things? Because it hasn't been an hour yet.
Yes. And I, to be fair, I do not know the ancient ways, but I do have something for you, friend. I'm going to pull out a prayer card to Saint Joriel, Godfriend. That I think this one will speak to you. The saint, we pray to him to remove our fear, but he stands up to tyranny and oppressive leaders. And he reminds me so much of you. And I think this saint here, if you truly accept and believe in him, will give you strength as we move forward.
Was he martyred?
He was not, though he did help the villagers as they all rose up to get rid of a vengeful and tyrannical baron that was against their lands. He was a hero to the people.
I'm deeply moved by this, and I thank you for your offering.
Yeah, he smiles.
I take the card, I put it inside the little armband I have on the side, so I've got like my tattoo of the tentacle on one forearm and this card kind of on the other.
All right. What does the group want to do next?
I think up the stairs is fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's
All
go
right.
up the stairs and see what we see.
So, you will head up the stairs and find yourselves popping out of a secret door that leads you right back to a very familiar looking room.
Whoa.
There was a secret door here the whole time?
So you're back in this furniture-filled room that you passed through initially off of the vestibule.
Were
Can't help but
the
just
yeah.
yeah, I'm just wondering, probably the same line of questioning, but just curious if we're hearing the voices still and any signs of the.
From where you
Prayerful.
are right now, you do not hear the voices.
Yeah.
Well, also remind everybody going forward, if you guys want, I can skulk around as a little kitty cat. It's an option if we want to not have everyone go at once.
It is an option.
Just
But
putting it out there.
To be too happy with any living thing, though, so
Eh.
we'll take care.
You know, this brings me to a good point that it's been a bit. And I'm sure we all want to leave in one piece, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
How about we check those doors to see if those damn cloud things are still around? Just in case, if whatever happens where we are going forward, we know that we can leave safely. And we know at least where to run.
Sure.
That's wise.
I can go check.
It's
Sure.
very wise.
Henrick is all the way in the back.
You take a look out, and you can see the clouds are kind of hanging out a little bit more dispersed, but they are still out there.
Those clever little fellas.
They are, but they aren't. Hopefully, as time goes on, they will eventually
You've got about 10 minutes left on your torch.
go away.
Okay, well, we better go find. Do we have any more torches?
I have a lantern. No one's asked for a lantern. Everyone said torches, torches, torches. We gotta get with the modern
Got a
age.
lantern.
As always, you always meet our need. Thank you.
I will produce the lantern and light it up.
Okay, do you want to wait until the torch is out, or do you want to?
Yes, I will wait till the
Okay.
torch is out. So once that's out, lantern will go up.
Well, at the
Sounds
same
good.
time, so we don't have any more dark, please.
Yeah. We know a bit about that way. Shall we continue further in to the left here, or shall we try another door?
Mm.
I mean, this door seems pretty cool.
Sure. Go ahead, little kitty.
Yeah.
Door,
Listen,
door,
listen
door, door,
first.
door.
This door
Oh.
seems to be stuck,
Stuck as in locked or stuck as in stuck?
as in stuck.
Boy, I really wish a big, strong, muscular individual could help me with this door. It's so stuck.
Do we want to listen first?
Yeah, let's listen first.
All right. So Silver, you had was it 1-3?
Yeah,
2.
2 and 6. Yeah, 2 and 6.
On the other side of this door, you hear a crackling fire.
It'd be one of the libraries that this the woman I was with last night told me about.
Woman?
Yes, she told me about many libraries and laboratories in here. So there was some sort of wizard here once.
Wonder how she knew that.
And then
Well, I can.
this-
I were a castle designer. That would make sense.
There's
The
another
study
thing.
being right next to the door.
There's another thing that you hear, Silver. Kind of the tick, 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 tick sound of like a clock.
Okay. Rhythmic, or is it getting faster? Is it like consistent?
Consistent.
Yeah, I'll share all that out, obviously. Beelay, do you want to
Yeah, I
stomp the
will.
door up?
I take 5 steps back, shake my head, and then ram it.
All right. D6. You had 3 and 6. Maybe that's what I thought. 3.
Yeah, I got a 2, and I've got 3 out of
okay.
6.
You managed to smash down this door. And it leads into a little closet.
A crackling.
Coat room. Are there any
Remember-
cloaks in this little cloak room?
No, there's no sounds. It's silent.
Oh.
Remember, secrets are everywhere in this place, it seems. Perhaps there's one that lies here.
And then Silver, you're realizing, oh, your ears were actually attuned to this door up here.
Oh,
Silver.
Silver. Yeah,
Yes.
I did. I
have
know
to have my
that.
fun.
Right. Sure.
This is like the sickness of the Ring of Chell, just like distorted. That's what happened.
Jingle, jingle the door handle.
It opens. And here you can see that there is a fire lit in a fireplace directly across from you. There's a big, impressive grandfather clock along the northern wall that is what is responsible for that ticking sound. There are tiny little stacks of handwritten notes that lie on the surface of a large writing desk along the southern wall. And
Well,
you
I
see
think we're all-
three doors in total, 2 to the north and 1 to the south.
I think we're all thinking the same thing, but who lit that fireplace?
The ghost.
Maybe the butler.
Yes. Also a ghost.
Yeah.
I mean, because keeping a fire lit is no easy task sometimes, right? A fireplace is not like a torch
Yeah,
you just light and
they
walk
would-
away.
I'd say they need wood.
They would need wood recently, unless it's ghost fire.
Can we?
Ghost fire,
Going-
ghost lightning. Oh boy.
It's got more doors too, it looks like. Something.
Have we walked in and gone to look at the fire?
No,
See if
let's
it's
do that now.
See if it's a
Alright.
real fire or ghost
Yeah.
fire.
We're all just like sitting there. Gee whiz.
As you step in,
Uh,
the fire goes out,
yes.
and then you hear a blood-curdling scream from the fireplace.
Mm.
Okay.
Ghost fire.
Room
Mm.
instantly turns cold.
Okay.
Still ticking from the clock, or does that like?
Clock's still ticking.
I go look at the fire and figure out why it went out. Was it just simply the draft? Or does it seem like maybe there was never a fire? Like, is there heat still
Alright.
resonating from the place?
So Beelay is going to move over to the fireplace to go check that out.
While he's
Henrick.
doing that, I'm behind him with my sword,
Okay.
like just ready.
Okay, Silver's over with Beelay, giving a little backup in case something goes sideways. Henrick, what are you up to during this turn?
Well, if I see Silver with Belay, I'll head over to the. Won't be able to see anything, right? No, we have the lantern on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, probably right about this time, Toppsy would be getting the lantern lit.
It looks like it's about to go out. Make sure you light it now, so we don't go without darkness.
In the ghost room with the ghost fire.
Uh-huh.
I'd look at the. You said that there was a table with letters. And...
Yes. Okay, so you're going to go check that out. About Friar.
I will take a look at the clock if we're all.
Sounds good. Lillibeth, sorry, Toppsy.
You mentioned a writing desk.
Yep. I think Henrick is heading over there right now.
Partner up with that.
Give a little light as you start looking through stacks of notes. Lillibeth.
Being like taking pretty much the same stance that Silver is taking for Beelay and do the same thing for Friar. At least watch his back.
Okay. So Beelay and Silver, your guys are over by the fireplace and kind of checking it out, poking around maybe in the where the charred up wood is. It doesn't feel like it's radiating heat like it had been lit just a moment ago. Very cold. The ashes, no red embers or anything like that. As you're poking around over there, though, you see that there's something hanging in the chimney. Pair of charred up boots that are attached to legs that are crammed up that chimney. The body is lodged up there.
And it is ash, like it had been burned, but not by this fire.
It's blackened bones. Like the only thing it is wearing are these boots that are charred up. The rest of it is just like you go to like kind of poke or disturb it, the leg falls off and breaks.
Okay. I try to just pull the boots out and let the body fall as it may.
And it does so. That's enough to dislodge it, and it's the pile of bones crashes down. It just kind of kicks up soot and ash.
Can I check out that fireplace, see if there's anything in there, like in that may have triggered this as like an illusion or of a fire, or why this body would be shoved up into the fireplace? Was it reaching for something?
So these are the questions you have. Describe to me like what you're doing to do this investigation.
So I after I pull the boots out, I just kind of swipe the rest of the garbage that's in there kind of out of the way. And then I kind of step in and look to see if there was something on the wall that this body would have been reaching for that would cause it to maybe be stuck in the fireplace. So
you like kind of like step in and like, do you stand up into the chimney to look up the chimney?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you do that,
An anvil drops on my head.
you can see that it looks like there at one time maybe had been like a ladder or something that had been here. There's like little holes where like there should be like a ladder had been moored, and you look up and you can see that like maybe 10 feet up there's like a ledge.
Okay. That seems an odd thing to have in a fireplace, a ladder.
So we're gonna say that
And-
that's what you discover while you're there, that there's this like weird secret passage back there. Henrick and Toppsy, you're checking out and looking at the notes. And Henrick, you're starting to flip through them, and a lot of them seem to be like letters, almost all of them actually, correspondence to be sent out. Many of them seem to be addressed to ancient names from the kingdom of Brackenwold, members of the cleritic church, members of the of arcane societies and such. One is addressed to the bishop, the archbishop, but they're all many of them, 2/3 of each letter is like scratched out scribbly nonsense, and they're all very aggressive sounding, making demands and insisting upon the I guess basically like the power of the Malevol's is not been attended to in any of these powerful circles, and a lot of demands for more land, more titles, and these types of things. Some of them even have instances where it would seem like they are subjecting blackmail into the letters, but just based on how erratic the correspondence is, there might be no weight to the claims. Very like, lewd kinds of accusations against the king and the bishop and their personal affairs.
I think I might want to look at that.
Go ahead.
If you ask me, Mr. Rick, it seems like these fellas aren't taking it too kindly that they're being, left out of things, not important. I mean, we got this. I mean, this keep is nice and all, but it's the middle of nowhere. Nothing for it.
Tells you what kind of family this was.
Apparently, according to this kingdom and bishop pillar, not very important.
Well, although the person that we met, I mean, the family had actually helped defeat the Cold Prince. So maybe they're angry because that's being ignored.
That makes sense. Sounds like they feel that they deserve more than they've gotten.
I mean, don't you all feel a little bit that way from time to time? I mean, I say I'm a pretty important person in this group, but I really don't do much.
Friar, you moved up to this grandfather clock.
Yes.
It feels somewhat otherworldly looking at it. Like it is very old and ancient stained wood, but it has motifs of winter, frost, designs kind of interwoven in the stain that dots the grooves. that mark the outside, and the hands on the face of the clock are like icicles as they click and chime around. And it hits a particular, it's probably, you guys have been here about almost 4 hours now. So it's probably evening. We'll say it's probably about 7 p.m. And as it hits 7 p.m., it starts to ring. But it rings out in a voice and goes, "Doom! Doom! Doom!" And like every chime is maddening and loud. And it almost shakes the very room that you're in.
Well,
It's not a good. I've never heard a clock say doom before. Maybe we should.
yeah, this place is just completely. It is a bit different here. Silva, just come if you don't mind. I know cold prints and stuff, and it might be on the nose, but would you take a look at this and tell me if there is some type of fairy origin of this?
Sure.
Clock?
I'm like watching as Beelay is like climbing into a chimney and like, huh?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course.
What is on the floor? Why are the boots there? What is going on?
You just see Billy's feet just go.
Yeah, that's going on, right? Doom.
Doom. Anyways, he's scrambling
We
up.
might be connected.
Yeah, so I'll go check out the grandfather clock, and I guess just the general concept is, does this look fairy in origin, or does it look?
Yeah, I think like
or
the
is it-
wood itself is like you quickly identify that it's from like a tree that's native only to Phrygia.
Yeah. Well, we have a wicked sense of humor, us fairies, so this doom could just be a bit of a joke. But definitely feels fairy in origin. I recognize this wood.
Oh, it's odd. I guess the Cold Prince. I guess this is one of those that maybe an antique for when the others arrived. It's the only thing I can think of.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's open it up. So like grandfather clocks, they have like a little like mechanics and stuff. I'm just gonna start digging into the thing, trying to open it up, see if there's any like way to get in there.
Yes.
See if anything's in it.
Make a save versus magic.
Death? Oh, okay.
Just magic.
This
Yeah,
magic
you've
does
got-
This
not-
means death.
Do you have some kind of resistance or something to?
Yeah, so I get a +2 if it's against. I'm immune to sleep. I get a +2 to saving throws against charms and illusion, and I'm unaffected by paralysis.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it would just be straight
Straight up. Okay.
straight up.
And I do get a +1 because of my wisdom. But let's roll. Come on. All right. There we go. I'm not sure if that worked. I roll a 20?
Okay,
21.
that's good.
21.
Yeah. Success.
So you open up the gearbox, and it is a complicated maze of gears and machinery on the inside, but it's like you released some latent fairy magic that was trapped in there, just waiting for someone to take a look at the machinery inside. And it like blasts over you. And you feel, for a moment, you look at your hands and you have like these icy manacles on, and your legs are shackled together. But you close your eyes and you kind of focus and yank and pull and just believe that you can do so, and it shatters into little ice crystals that just melt away at your feet.
Definitely fairy.
Yes. Are you okay, my friend?
Oh, everything's fine. I've seen this trick before in a couple parties.
Oh, really? The old magic
manacle.
in the.
Yeah, the old magic
What
in the
kind of parties are you
grandfather
going to?
Listen, the prince who was 7, he knew they knew what to do.
Sure.
Yeah. So is there anything interesting in here other than just the mechanics of the clock? Like anything like lodged away? I'm kind of like looking if there's any like nooks or crannies or like little secret little pull out things.
There is nothing of the sort, unfortunately.
Okay. Interesting.
Although,
Could I head over to the
when you
the
look
fireplace?
on the inside, maybe towards the bottom as you're like kind of searching for secret compartments and such, it is littered with the bones, like a full person's bones at the bottom.
A lot of bones in this place.
So perhaps somebody did get trapped by this spell at one point and pulled in.
Oof.
Ooh. Want to pull them in.
Henrick, what I cut you off.
Yeah, no, I wanted to go back by the fireplace because if Silver's looking for secret stuff, I'm gonna see if there's anything else out of that fireplace. Just take one more look in case.
Yeah, I assume I'm still inside of it, poking around.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
But
we're both.
it's
like,
nice
looking.
that Silver, who was behind me in case something bad happened, disappeared. It's nice to know someone's still watching out for me. I have no idea. I'm like, well, Silver, what I've discovered is, what do you think? Hello?
No, it's me. It's me, Beelay. It's Henrick.
Oh. Okay. Oh, this, I tell you what I've seen inside here about a former stairwell a ladder that went up to apparently another open room.
What happens if I step into the thing? I step in and then just feel around for anything.
So you step in, you're feeling around, but you'll see what Beelay has pointed out, that 10 feet up the shaft of the chimney, there's a landing up there. And you'll see the same holes where maybe there was a ladder or something that was hidden up there. But that is gone. You'd have to climb up there. But
We're not.
Bueno.
I don't know what our heights are, and I don't know what the space of a chimney is, but I imagine it's not enough to manipulate one person climbing onto the other person's shoulders.
I'm a cat person. I'm pretty small.
Right, but you might not help me reach that 10-foot ceiling, because I imagine us together don't make 10 feet.
You can throw me.
I mean, you can throw me.
Yeah, because if he goes into cat mode, like you could just just kind of stop, put him.
Yes, the kitty is as many. You've seen the kitty, right?
No.
I mean, the kitty. This is. But the kitty, something else.
This is what? Go on.
This is Toppsy Fluffykins, my good friend.
you are listening to 20 sides to every story.
But even more so, you are listening to me tell you about my best friend, Kitty.
And like as you're saying that, like Topsy probably slips herself behind like the grandfather clock, and then what was once a Grimalkin turns into like a little calico cat, and it just sits and looks at you.
All right, so we're setting the cat up, right?
Yeah.
Kitty cat form. So you
kitty.
hop up there. This is like my favorite room.
Oh, better say this is your favorite.
What
where we
Alex
keep
says
changing
that?
levels.
That's not good.
Alex says that.
So you hop on up here, and this room, there's like hanging from the ceiling in here are these like large haunches of ham.
Oh, I found the smoker.
You remember, we did see the hanging bodies
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
last time we were here.
I would say in kitty cat form. Probably takes a few seconds. She has to look around. She pokes her head down as still a kitty cat and just meows.
I don't know what that means.
Does anyone
Yeah.
speak mule? I expect no one will. It's
Mulch.
okay. No. You'll see the kitty
Mulch.
cat take one step back, and I'll transfer back to a Grimalkin and poke my head down.
So
Smells
basically, there is ham.
What?
It's like someone's real good barbecue going on up here. So crazy stuff. I mean, I had some pretty good barbecue back in Catland and the Fae, but whoo, this could rival it.
Like
Dude,
fresh ham?
Oh, absolutely, it smells like it.
Who's putting fresh ham in the
I
room?
don't know. So like they're all like that's all that's in the chamber. It's just hooks and hooks of
Yep.
ham.
Yep.
I'm gonna take my sword, boop, poke one.
Perfectly cured.
Have a little nibble, and then I pull my sword down and say, "Anyone want some ham?"
Don't worry, I already ate it. It's okay. I don't get sick like normal people do, but this, ooh, like not a hint of anything bad.
Now, wait, hold on. I'm looking. Where these boots? I still don't have an. Where did these boots come from?
Yeah, the boots were on the corpse in the fire.
I don't know what they did to season this thing, but this thing is amazing. Silver, you gotta try some of this.
Topsy, have you
Yeah.
had ham before?
Oh, absolutely.
And this tastes exactly like ham.
It's like ham, but better.
You might say it's the other white meat.
The long pig.
Okay, so it's definitely ham though. Okay, that's good. I think I won't partake though. I'm quite full from.
Come on,
the-
Silver. Come on. A growing elf needs his nutrition.
What did I eat? Oh, fine. I'll eat the ham.
Delicious. The best ham you've ever had.
I grab like the other 3 butts of ham and just like catch, boop, 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 throw them down.
Yeah, there's enough ham there
catch one of
that
them.
you could probably feed your adventuring party for I don't know, 2 weeks.
Holy shit, it's that
Oh.
much ham.
It's a lot of
Wow.
ham up there.
That's
For
ham.
Thanksgiving. Ham
Wait
sandwiches.
till Joffrey sees all
Just
this.
don't tell him where you found it.
No,
Oh, those
but
are some nice
do you
boots.
understand? Yeah, no, that's that
Fireplace
was
that
what-
can.
Is there a way to like kick the boots? See if there's anything not with these boots other than are they just leather and they lasted?
They're just leather and they survived apparently.
Mhm.
Doesn't seem to be anything special about them.
Oh,
Survived fire.
All right, I
This
think
is a
that's
bit-
all the ham. Can someone help me down?
I'll catch you.
It like not even turns back to a cat, just jumps as a Grimalkin. Just whoop. I assume catcher. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thank you." Gives you a little nuggie and then saunters off.
There is something. I'm sorry. That closet that you had opened earlier, there was something in there. There was a
Oh.
chest, like a kind of like a footlocker kind of chest in there.
and this one down here at the first store that we
That
opened?
first door that you opened when I gave you the wrong description. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
So we'll just run through that real quickly, what you found. No traps. Inside, there was a set of moth-eaten clothes.
I love that.
Good.
And neatly folded linen bed sheets, a small dagger, and a vial of poison.
Some of these things don't seem like they belong in a chest in a closet.
Anything in the pockets of the off-eaten?
Yes, you find a 600 gold piece signet ring. Bears the sigil of House Meleville.
It's sad. The thing that I think scares me the most about this is the really clean linen sheet.
Mhm.
It's an odd thing to be the one
What about the
clean
dagger?
piece.
Yes, Lillibeth, you have use for daggers?
Yeah.
Go ahead and add a dagger to your sheet.
Nice.
Let's have a look at this poison vial. Boop.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's poison in the book. Let's see. Just for the sake of time, we'll say you can coat a weapon with it, and for one turn, your weapon would deal an extra D4 of damage.
Well, we've got ham, I guess. It's not, either way, I did what I wanted to tell you all. I mean, you heard the doom, and it did ring 7 times. It is getting a bit. Unfortunately, it seems I feel it a bit late. What are we thinking?
Still light out?
It would probably be dark at this point.
Check to see if those clouds are still there.
I think last time we had a set time we had to leave by in order to get back before nightfall, or we'd have to stay and overnight in the building.
Clouds again?
They are still out there.
Oh,
Oh, well,
You may
I
have
guess
to
we can
stay.
take watch. Yeah.
So, are there other entrances to the room we were in, that butler's room?
There are.
Oh, I was saying we could, if it just had that one door, we could be safe in there.
Maybe we could
I
hang
mean-
out with the gargoyle. We'd be safe.
Oh,
I mean, if the choir's gone, if you ask me, the safest place that I've seen this entire place so far is by the chapel.
Casper? Yeah.
Cask room.
If they're gone, we could check that.
Always ifs.
Do we want to see what's behind these other doors of the room before we go from here?
I was
we
thinking.
are here.
Sure.
We are here already. Sure.
Pick a door. Any door. Any door you want, we'll go through, and that's a door will do.
Well, let's go left. It feels like that's less likely to go anywhere.
All right. Open up this door here, and you are looking into a sitting room. An oak table surrounded by armchairs bears the mark of several deep cuts. And there is a decapitated corpse slumped in one of the chairs. The others are empty.
Hmm.
Man, someone must have really not liked the cooking.
Beginning to think this place is cursed.
yes.
What gave you that impression?
Telling us that.
All the dead bodies we find everywhere we look.
What?
Alex, if we walk in here, this is like an archway, or
Yes, right here. Yep.
Yeah.
Other things that you see in the room, there's a carpet in the middle of the archway there, like a runner. You also see there is a wardrobe in the corner of the room over here.
Mm.
The
Check the wardrobe?
archway is curtained.
Gonna check out the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We found a 600 gold piece signet ring.
So I'm going to go around and see what everyone's doing during the turn. So Beelay is going to check out the wardrobe. Henrick,
I'm gonna be right behind Beelay.
Friar Fitzpatrick.
I think I'm gonna just keep an overview. I think I might since Lillibeth has kind of been looking and keeping close to me, I will go with whatever Lillibeth wants to do.
Toppsy.
I'm gonna corpse check.
All right. Lillibeth.
I want to go closer to the curtain archway, just to see if we can hear anything behind it.
Okay, you're going. I think that's what Henrick you were doing, right?
Oh,
No, I was right behind Beelay at the wardrobe.
Oh, you're going to the wardrobe. Okay, so
Yeah.
Lillibeth's checking out the archway in silver.
I want to see if I can find the head. So
Okay.
if it's underneath something, rolled around someplace.
We'll go reverse order this time. So you're searching around looking for a head, and around the room you don't see it.
Okay, and no, it's not like underneath that, like the wardrobe or any like nooks or crannies.
You're looking around like kind of visually just to see if it's hidden somewhere in plain view, and no, it doesn't turn up.
All right.
Lillibeth, you went over to the archway, so there's a curtain there. There is a carpet that kind of starts in this room, runs underneath the curtain into the next room. What would you like to do there?
just like to listen for right now, just to see if I hear anything coming from the other side of the curtain.
You don't hear anything.
Okay. Other, should we go in? Sorry, Friar.
If you don't hear anything, we are all here. I think maybe we wait till we're all ready to move. Yes?
Yes. Keep an eye on the curtain.
All right.
Yes, we will keep an eye this direction if anything happens.
All right.
We will
So
be
you're
the first to get hit.
posted up, kind of keeping an eye on it. Toppsy, you were looking at the body.
Yes.
His wounds seem to be similar to those deep cuts in the armchairs nearby. Must have been with a broad blade. He himself, you could see a discarded short sword nearby.
Well, that seems a little too thin to be doing hack and slashing.
Henrick and Beelay, you are over by the wardrobe.
Yes.
Opening it up.
Correct.
You open it up, and all these skulls roll out. It was packed full. But
Found your missing head.
Right.
there is one kind of at the base of where these were all stacked up, and so they all pour forth, and you have to hop out of the way. But there's one on the bottom that has golden spectacles that it is wearing. Another piece of treasure that may just make this venture somewhat worth it.
Yeah, the lens is still in them.
Yes. Yep. They would probably fetch, you estimate they're worth about 170 gold, 160.
Did I move the wardrobe?
Yep, you can certainly do that. Kind of pull it aside, pull it away from the wall, and kind of look behind there. Doesn't seem to be any secret doors or anything like that.
I don't know why there would be a body left here on the couch and all these heads.
I think this place might be cursed. I think Silver might be right about this.
All right, so that about 10 minutes pass. What would you all like to do now?
Door or curtain?
I would say the curtain as the door. I mean, the curtain is right there, and probably whatever's on the other side, if it hasn't made noise, knows we're here.
All right, who wants to lead the way on that?
Go in the front with Toppsy.
I'll go in the front. Why not? I'll be brave. I'm very brave.
Henrick is feeling a little braver.
All right, Henrick and Toppsy. Henrick, you step forward onto the carpet there, getting ready to pull the curtain aside, and you can feel that you just pressed it down on some kind of a switch. And you
I am not going to move.
Counterweights creaking and groaning and grinding within the walls.
What?
Do I just
Ongoing.
leave my foot? I leave my foot here?
Perhaps we should leave
maybe
the
duck.
chain.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna duck out of the way, and then I'm gonna start running through the door.
Okay, which the door to the south or the door to the?
Door to the south. Sorry.
Okay, so you're running away. Friar, what are you doing?
I think we are moving away to the south door.
Topsy,
Yeah.
Lillibeth.
I see.
I want to be in this door,
Absolutely.
in this room.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Lillibeth?
Yes.
Yes. Silver,
Yeah, going south.
Beelay.
Yeah, pretty much going to follow the crowd at this point.
All right, so you all run out into the fireplace room. You continue to hear that mechanism, whatever it is, moving and making noise in the next room. What would you like to do once you get to this southern room, hearing all of that commotion behind you?
I'm gonna take my sword out and just do a little slash on the door with a big old X.
Close it.
Yep.
All right.
Mark it with an X. We don't need to go back in there. There's nothing worth it. But there's 2 more doors in here.
I feel like we can go check that other door. There's
Yes.
a door. There's a door to the south, I think, right?
Yeah, let's go to that one for sure. Yes. Let's get away from the all whatever is going on behind. What
Is that
was
a
that?
staircase?
Door to the
I'll,
south. You open it
I'll
up,
be in the
and
back,
it is a
everybody. I'll be in the
staircase
back.
that descends down.
We just came up to go back down.
This might be farther down the hallway then.
Oh.
Well, it could be. Maybe
we were-
we'll find the other blind. No, because he was outside.
Well, maybe we could take a quick look down and then maybe call it for the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of our thoughts had been to go back, and this could be a way to go get our rope and everything else. Just reverse our course if this takes us down.
Yes.
All right.
We're going to have to stay here, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
So you head down the stairs here, and it brings you back down into a cellar room, a very long, or a very large room. Looking at a room that's like 30 feet wide, 50 feet going the other length, and it is familiar to you in that you saw it in the frescoes in the chapel. This seems to be where the large vats are that you saw in those paintings, where the monks were pressing grapes.
Hmm.
And so there's like 3 vats and some wine presses down there. And then there are 2 doors, one to the north and one to the east, that lead off of this chamber.
Can I look around to see if there's any other, hopefully maybe there's some type of religious symbology or anything or left behind from these monks that seem to have been here?
Nothing like that. This doesn't really feel like a place of worship or anything like that. This is kind of more of a workroom. And so there isn't anything that really stands out in terms of that.
Okay.
Is there, you said there's 2 doors?
2 doors, one to the north and one to the east.
Do we just take the one to the right?
Sure. Yes.
We've been angling to go right, so let's go right.
All right. And that takes you into a very wide hall, 20 feet wide, but it has to be because this entire hallway here is lined with wine barrels
Oh.
that seem to be fairly well preserved.
Time to check out the vintages.
Like, is tempted to open up one of the. Does it have like sort of like a knob thing where?
Take a sample.
No,
Yeah,
they
take a
they
sample.
aren't. They don't have like a spigot or anything like that. None of them are tapped. Oh, 1 second. I have to do some rolls.
Oh no!
Not an anonymous room after all.
That was two rolls.
Okay. Yeah, so these are rows upon rows of stacked old casks. What is inside, you don't know until you would have to maybe tap them or find a way to open them. And
So I will start that exploration of trying to see if there's any writing on any of them, if there's any scribbling on the walls that indicate the different type.
if there ever had been, they probably would have been like painted or stained on these things, and it has since faded away. So there is no markings. The wood of the barrels seems pretty uniform. Nothing that distinguishes them. Probably count that there's 12 in total.
Would we recognize anything like by opening it? This is something I was curious about, just in terms of like, it's a wine barrel. If I use my crowbar to pop the top off to see what's in it, I could reseal it, but it's been aerated, so then it'd have to be.
Yes. Well, I mean, if we are really looking for the value of this, I would say it is worth at least doing one of these, right? If it doesn't spill all over the place, the better.
Yeah. So we can give it a shot. I got a crowbar.
All right. Roll me a d12.
Interesting. Let's see.
A scale of freshness. How fresh is wine?
Tap that keg. We'll make it float. Tap the keg. We're gonna make it float.
10.
10. Okay. There is it's almost like maybe a light red, almost veering on pink wine. Seems to be, doesn't have the smell of vinegar. So.
I look over at the friars like, do you have a refined palate, or you at least be there to aid me in this? And I take
Sure.
my
Yes, I will be here, and you describe it to me how it tastes, and I will tell you exactly, or maybe what I know, and if it's spilled some on me, if I have some, that's fine. I don't think we should be drinking right now, but a small taste wouldn't hurt, right?
I
Right,
rub,
Henrick?
rub my cross across my horns, get myself ready.
And
I
Beelay,
get a good glow.
you got the blessing, you got the glow. You're gonna take a taste?
I can take a taste.
It is a very sweet wine, almost like a Moscato. And just a few moments after you take a sip, you start hallucinating.
Really good wine.
Or having a holy vision, perhaps.
Yeah.
Because you are outside. The vision is on the outside of the castle. Kind of on the eastern side where you were when the clouds came up. But you are seeing a creature in regal finery that is standing furred with horns, sharp incisors, and feline eyes. With some stretch of the imagination, this thing kind of looks like the statue of the gargoyle that you saw in the basement, but this thing is wreathed in flame and is much, much more impressive looking in your vision. You could see from his feline eyes he's weeping, he's crying, and he's looking down. He's holding a golden key that he is looking at with regret and pain. But you watch as he hurls it from the cliffside, and it goes flying off and splashes down in Lake Longmere. And then you come out of your vision.
So
what does it taste like?
Yes, tell us.
I don't know that I would recommend another drink.
Is it that bad?
No, it was. I got a vision of the gargoyle, like downstairs. Maybe the brother, and a key of gold thrown into the water. I don't know what this means.
Outside of this castle.
Yes, it looked like where those things came out of the water.
Is it ghost lightning?
Yeah. I don't understand it. I was here, I drank, and then I was there, but it wasn't me.
Do not worry. We all see visions from time to time, friend. I've been known to use an aid to speak for the one true God, and maybe this is something that helped you. Do not fear it. Embrace it. Just not anymore. You already have.
Friar Fitzpatrick, wouldn't you want to try to see if you have another?
How long was he out when he was seeing that vision? And then,
We'll say it was 2 turns.
oh,
It was like derped for 20 minutes.
Yep.
20 minutes?
Well, I didn't know you were such a lightweight.
What was everyone else in the party doing at the same time? Oh, let's just watch him.
We're doing like this in front of your face.
So should I have a drink or?
probably should have all drank at the same time because
A shared experience. I mean, we still could.
We could do that.
All go there together.
Sometimes you just need to forget the last 20 minutes. Like the last 20 minutes, we had skulls roll out of wardrobes,
Headless corpse.
headless corpse. That's kind of one and the same.
Oh, grandfather clock corpse.
Grandfather
Grandfather
corpse, mysterious pair of boots. Ooh, I wouldn't want to miss that nice glistened smoked ham that was found in chimney.
What?
Yes.
Why don't we all just have a drink,
Yes.
eat some ham?
See what happens.
yeah. Is this where we are staying? So if I start
For
drinking,
now.
what are we talking about? Well, realize where we are in this moment. This is dangerous. It just
is
smelled
dangerous.
very good.
It is dangerous. And we haven't seen the end of this hall yet, I don't think.
No, it's just right there.
We'll say that in the 20 minutes you maybe wandered about and had noticed, like, this is all where all the barrels are. Like, they line this entire
Just
hall.
lots and lots of barrels.
So many.
Well, this seems as good as any place to rest. Whether we partake of the wine, I think we should start setting up camp.
In
Yeah.
a hall.
I don't know about you, are you seeing these gaps in the walls, or is that just a thing?
You will discover there are some spy holes there that look out into this chamber. But given the time, your adventuring party had spent, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 hours of adventuring in Castle Xyntillan. You covered quite a bit of ground. A modest sum that you will receive back from the signet ring that was found in the gold spectacles. So you can each take, each add to your sheets that you received 130 gold pieces.
130.
You can add that much in experience modified by whatever your experience modifier is based on your ability scores, whether it's a 5% or a 10% bonus. You can all do that for yourselves. Then the math on this one was easy, so you guys can do it, and I won't have to spend time on it later.
What was that we added for the experience from this?
Depending on if you have the prime requisites for your class, so I can look
do.
it up. You do?
I do.
I do.
Okay. So then you would get a 10% XP bonus.
What was the XP that I'm modifying by 10%?
130.
Okay.
We didn't have any combats that resulted in XP, so we can just go off of that treasure. So awesome. So you guys will have probably a spooky, paranoid-filled night of rest in the castle, but in the morning you'll be able to head back out, get to town, and sell your wares and prepare for your next expedition. Might not be a bad idea to invest in a cart or something, or maybe several carts, because there may be gold in them, their casks, but you would have to check them out and evaluate them for what their contents are. But certainly this one with the weird vision, someone would buy that. But it would just be a matter of transportation.
Did anyone else try that, or is it just me?
I think it
I
was
thought
just
we were
you.
going to have a group experience.
So we're gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
I
That was
think if we
curious.
did that, we might get killed.
Yeah,
But
I would like
I'd
to
say let's
revisit
have a
that
group
if that's what we're doing.
I'd say let's have a group experience.
Make it really
Not
easy.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
take it. Let's
Oh.
back at the tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right, right.
We'll go
Maybe
to the
pour water
tavern.
skins before we leave, and then back at the tavern have a group experience.
We'll eat our ham. We'll drink our trippy wine.
After we've done them.
Hey,
Yeah.
Drake Takes, thank you so much for the cheer. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. It's been a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's sad to see so many player rerolls go unused, but I guess I just
Yeah.
didn't do my job.
We weren't suffering
We
somehow.
ran away from everything.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I basically died and came back to life.
you
That's true.
Yeah.
The one true God. You are chosen, my friend. You.
are chosen.
So I think we're going to close this out. I don't know if we've been doing this on the Castle Xyntillan, but I think we'll do it tonight. At the end of these, we've typically we do something which we called gratitude, where we just share with another player or players a moment or something that made the event special, something that made the session an enjoyable time for you. So we can enter into that now.
All right, I'll jump out there. First of all, great to play again with Scott and Adrian. So it was awesome for me to be with some hirelings. So shout out to both of y'all, just immediately meshing in and having a lot of fun and really bringing a lot of personality to your hirelings and also not dying despite doing a lot of dangerous things, stepping on traps, drinking mysterious liquids, you know. So shout out to you two. It was fun.
I'll go next. This was the first time I played in a while, and it just felt so smooth coming back into this. It was great. It was a great party, and we had a lot of fun with it. So and still staying true to character. So it was great as a whole experience.
I'll throw mine out to both the Scott and Isaac for the whole religious exchange of you finding God in the form of unity and stopping oppression and, you know, grabbing a thing from a worm infested statue. And then Isaac doubling up, I was like, you know, I have this saint here who's very in line with what you believe. Like, that's great.
Take
I
them
love those
right
kind of
out of-
things. Just whoop,
That-
I have a prayer card just for you.
That was also what I was going to call my favorite. I was going to have to ask guys like prayer card of what was the name? Saint Jarrell?
Jarrell.
Saint
Like-
Jarrell, God
like-
friend.
Like Kal-El's dad?
Definitely.
Jarrell.
I will make sure that you get a copy.
As I was appreciative because as I was trying to put the role play of the character in of what he feels for, to have something that he is definitely not fully religious. He believes the one true God is this typical of the oppressors of everything else. And you're like, I'm going to counter that and give you something else to work from. So I'm looking forward to working that in now somehow for the next time.
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that you know, this is like basically my first dungeon crawl, and you know, Alex, I just want to thank you for running it. It's a lot of fun. Like, time went by so fast because there were all these crazy things going on. Yeah, and it was great to play again with Scott and Isaac, and to see Winston again. To play first time with Moreen and Dawson. Thank you guys. Thank you. A great time.
It's always. I mean, it's always a blast to play with you all. I want to give a thanks to everyone that this is his MO. Like, this is what he does, is he doesn't take the chance. That's the Friar. He's the one that's in behind enemy lines. So I appreciate everyone opening the door, everyone that touches the thing, everyone that checks the thing. I really appreciate that, because if I was playing a different character, I'd be doing that. But I really appreciate you taking. That's how it moves forward. That's how we are getting XP and doing things. So you all doing all that stuff Really, just it's something I can't do. So I really appreciate you taking the chance and moving forward.
I want to say thanks to Adrian and Dawson for going to the cat house.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was a fun way to open it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like give something to explain where Thomas is hanging out, but then you guys went there, so I was like, okay.
Still haven't seen no cats. This is
No
really
cats.
weird. Where are the cats?
Yeah, I don't think that mystery's been fully explored.
I have to go again.
I mean, I have to go back there, but they keep charging me at the door.
Yeah, the Friar wanted to let you know that you need to check the cellar of that place. That's where you're gonna find your rats.
Go as a cat, they won't charge you at the door.
Oh,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Grimalkin
I mean, some-
loophole. Well, thanks
Well, thanks for
everybody. That's gonna close us out for the evening. I think we will end things here with a raid. We're doing retro. Let's go see the 80s dance party, and you can close out your evening with some 80s tunes. Thanks everyone for hanging out. If you haven't joined us in our Discord server, please do so. You could sign up to play in these games. If you really are enjoying this stuff and you want to go back and listen to the podcasts, check out our Patreon if you support that. $3 a month, you can listen to our whole backlog of stuff. So it's all up in there. All right, we are gonna go bye-bye now. We'll see you next time.